In today's video, I want to show you how I made my client $10,000 with just 2.3K. And that was a Forex ROAS. So we ran only advertisements on Facebook and Google with a budget of around $20 a day. So 10 on Facebook and 10 on Google. And then obviously we grew that once we found out winning ads and things like that. And I guess that shows you that even with a small budget, you can scale your campaigns and make more money. Now, the process is so simple. Anyone can get the same results. Even multi-million dollar brands use the same process for their advertising campaigns. And everything explained here is written out in a Google Doc. So if you want access to it, reach out to me on IG. I might actually put the link to it in the description. We will see. I'm not sure. But I don't want to waste your time. You can see here, you can do the conversion yourself. This is Romanian currency. So if you do this, it's around $2,000, 2.3 more or less in dollars. And then this is around $10,000. If you do the conversion, that is a Forex ROAS 4.3. But I just rounded it up. Around $8 more or less, maybe a little more, depending on the currency conversion. For CPA, so cost per acquisition, we were paying around $8 to $9. I'm pretty sure it is what it is for to acquire a customer, and the other ones don't really matter. But we were paying this much. Now, the average order value was around $40, a little more. So we were making money on these ads, most of them actually. Now, I have 5 things that I want to share with you here, and I'm gonna go within the creative process now. So we ran very simple static ads. It literally takes a couple hours to create all of them, and I'm talking about the designs. If you were to make designs by yourself, you can do it through Canva. All you would really need is a bit of inspiration from either your competitors or whatever ads you see online, and you can do it through Canva. It's very simple. And some of them were just product photos with a white background, while others were designs, as I just mentioned. So, for example, here, this was one of our ads, and this was like a white background, literally just the product photo with a white background. And I put it there because I thought it was not gonna really get results, but I was gonna test it. And this ad brought me thousands of dollars worth of sales. It brought me like a tenth, maybe 2/10 of the amount here. Where is it? This amount here, the 10K. It brought quite a good amount of money. This one single ad. Now, don't get mistaken, when people click on this, they don't just purchase this product. This product is maybe like $2, $3, right? They add more products from the website when they purchase. So in a way, it's a whole funnel on the website as well when they go there. Now this is one of the design ads that we had. This is a one-on-one Instagram post ad. Now there's not a lot to say about it. It's creative, I guess. The product, the photo is nice. It makes sense, and there's some benefits here, and there's like a small bit for the text here, what the product is, and then like some more information about them. Now, another brand that does this is Here's. So they segment their static ads on concepts, meaning there are multiple sub audiences within the main audience they are targeting. So they have their own product, which is some type of headphones that protect your ears so that you don't lose your hearing. And their product targets multiple people. So it targets people that go to the club because music is loud in clubs. And you can have hear loss, you can damage your ears with it. So you take their product and it helps you. Another audience or sub audience that they target, for example, is people that are looking to focus. So there's like small background noises that make people there's small background noises that make people not focus. It doesn't help. You put in their product, you put in their headphones, their earphones, sorry, and all of a sudden it goes away. It helps you focus. So they have multiple sub audiences within their main audience, and by doing this, by targeting these sub audiences, you get to connect with their ICP on a deeper level. So Instead of going broad and targeting your whole ICP, you're kind of niching it down. You're fragmenting your audience into multiple sub audiences, and you're creating ads for those sub audiences that connect better with them. So you're not just sending one message, you're sending multiple messages to connect with people on a deeper level. And this is very smart because instead of again targeting everyone at once, you're targeting multiple people separately, which will help you connect with them on a deeper level, and they will credit you with knowing the solution, whether it's a service based business that you're running, or you're just gonna or they're gonna also credit you with having the product because you know you're talking about that. So if you want to concept, it's gonna work really well. Now, in our case, since we were selling food, we weren't doing that. We were just targeting one specific audience, and that was just the people that were interested in what we had to offer. So when you're kind of running ads for a food brand, it doesn't really, in our case, for example, it didn't really make sense to do the concept model, because we were running multiple products. We were running this product, all sorts of other products, just trying to find out which ones are winners. And I'll go into the audience a bit at the end here, talking about what we did. Not nothing too complex, nothing with the concept model, but it did work. So, second of all, strategy. We started running a batch of around 5 static ads per ad set to determine which ones will be winners. And out of those 5, at least one was a winner. And this goes for all the ads you run. At least one ad out of all the 5 you run will be a winner. And if your ad creatives are appealing, of course, like they have to fit some certain criteria, otherwise most likely none of them will perform. So we then turned off the ads that didn't bring in results and invested more money into the other ones, the ones that are winners, basically the ones that brought us results. It's logical because obviously they're going to make you more money, they're going to bring you in more sales, and you want to double down on those ones because they can feed your ads. They can feed you more money. They give you more money, and you can reinvest it back. You can make more ads, test more things, invest more money into these ones, and so on. Now, we took advantage of running static ads because they actually do work. Now, video ads didn't bring in the same results as static did, and of course, we tested it, we ran it, and it didn't. Now, if you're running an e-com brand, I suggest running static ads, finding out who the winners are, and then creating video ads based on the winners, and of course testing those. But in general, if you're an e-commerce brand, I suggest kind of sticking with static ads. It's what I've seen perform. I've done this for another brand. I will explain it in just a second, um, in one of these slides also. And it worked, and they were like not established or anything like that. They didn't have a lot of followers, and it worked, and it was just static ads. If you're looking to start, do static ads, and then you can test video, and they'll most likely perform. But static ads is usually what I've seen perform in this case for the e-commerce brands I have worked with. I've seen static video ads, for example, for e-commerce brands that has worked for dropshipping businesses, and of course it will continue to work. But I would go with static ads mainly. Now, Christmas sale. Most e-com brand owners know this, but take advantage of seasonal events, all sorts of discount periods. It will make your business more money. So in our case, we ran one single static ad for Christmas with a 20% discount. Not even 12 hours after posting it, we had around 5 to 6 sales with less than $10 spent and a couple $100 in conversion value. So not a lot to say about this. It kind of makes sense, and don't underestimate periods like this of the year. They will push your business forward and make you more money. Now, the only mistake we had is that we were running only one ad for Christmas, but I guess it kind of went hand in hand because that ad got us a lot of purchases, and it made us a lot of money in like a very short period of time. So, and don't go underestimating these periods of time of the year because they will make you more money, especially if you do discounts. So even if you have like a 48-hour flash offer, like 20% off of everything, and you run ads heavily on that, you'll definitely make money. Trust me. People love discount. People love an incentive to come and buy. People will give you your money, but you have to give them a good reason for them to actually give it to you. Otherwise, they won't. For example, for products like this, it's easy to make a purchase. Like they're cheap, but the average order value was 40. For example, people could buy clothes for $40, and so on. On to the next one. They had an established brand on social media. Hate it or love it, this brand was established on social media, and that helped them get more sales, and it will help you, any other brand, to get more sales if you're established on social media. Obviously, they have been in business for a longer time, even a longer time than I've been born, so over my age, and they had posts on their accounts and so on. So that of course helped when you're running ads. Now, don't get me wrong, if even if you're a new brand, you can run ads and still get results. I've done this before and got sales with ads, and I was surprised. Like I always believed, if you're not established, if you don't have followers and things like that, you're never gonna get results with ads. Um, but it's not true. You will, as long as you have all the systems in place. Your website is good. It's attractive. It doesn't look scammy. Your ads are good. They fit the criteria. You're running what you, you're running good ads in general, and you're targeting the right people. You'll get sales no matter what. You don't have to be established. But for me, an established brand will always perform better. Now, of course, building a true and real brand like this one takes time, effort, and money. Now, most of it is money. If you don't have it from the beginning, it will take time and effort, but you can still see results if you run ads. And now a case like this is Here's. I'm pretty sure they haven't been in business for example, as long as them. They started the business not too long ago. I think a couple, like 2 years max, maybe even shorter than that, and they're doing millions a month. But that's obviously because there was a lot of money invested, and they actually built the whole brand up. Like if you go on their Instagram, you'd see like, oh, this is an established brand, because they are. But also a lot of money and effort and time has been put in it. They have a whole team behind it, so obviously that kind of just cuts the process, and of course their experience. It makes everything much shorter and easier to run. But if you're just starting out, it's gonna be time and effort. But again, you can still see results with ads if you run them. Now, the last thing is the audience. We started off with a broad audience, no interest, didn't cut the audience, and that didn't really bring us sales. It was wasting money for us, and we ran this for like 2 weeks, barely any sales. And a lot of people say to run broad. You could, but I'm not a big fan of it. Like, it does work, don't get me wrong, it does work. For my cases, it hasn't really worked, so that's why I'm not a big fan of it. But again, we then implemented, and then we then added a couple interests, and that started bringing us sales. Just cutting the audience a little bit helped us see better results. And once we got enough sales and data, we created a custom audience based on all of those people that purchased. Then created a lookalike audience based on that and ran it, which got us even more sales. And by doing this, we were targeting people that had the exact same traits as our customers, meaning they were most likely to buy. They were more likely to buy. Now, I could show you this. I won't go into the details. So basically, you can create a custom audience based on the people that have purchased from you. For example, you just need to create the audience within the audiences part in Facebook with the people that have purchased. I'm pretty sure it's either a list or Facebook will automatically know who those people are. You can create that, and it's going to be quite a small audience depending on how many sales, of course, you got. For example, for this case, it was just a couple hundred, so it is quite small. But then what you do is you create a lookalike audience based on that. And now the lookalike, you can create it on multiple countries, so you can either go for the US, UK, Australia, Netherlands, Romania, for example, whatever you want. And then you go from 1% to, I'm pretty sure it's the 10% now. 1% meaning, if I'm not mistaken, is that those people are the most, like, no, I would say wealthy, but they're the most kind of qualified. So if you go for the 1%, you'll most likely get people that kind of have the same traits, the same criteria as the people that have already bought from your business, and you can expect that audience to actually buy from you too. It works, trust me. I've ran an audience like such for other businesses, not even e-commerce, and it's worked. So now, if there is something to sum everything here up, I would say it's the fact that you need to run static ads, whether you're an e-commerce brand. I would also say start a bit small. Obviously, the budget doesn't matter, because if the ad creatives are good, they're appealing, they fit the criteria, they will automatically get you results even on a small budget or on a big budget. A minimum budget of $10 a day is what I say. Now, it is small, trust me. It's what I worked with, but it's what I managed to make this brand money with. Um, but if you obviously have a bigger budget, it will perform better. So I would say, yeah, the static ads, the budget, scale it as quickly as you can. Obviously, depending on the ads that perform the best. Don't overlook the Christmas sales or any other sort of discount period, whether it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Easter, July 4th. I'm pretty sure, things like that. Don't go over it. The strategy, if you can call it a strategy at this point, it's simple again. You run 5 static ads, at least one will perform. You invest more money into that, then you apply the same process. And if you can do the concept model, go ahead, do it. And then with the established part, it's not so important. You can overlook that. But what I do suggest is just you start, do this, learn the whole process. It takes time to perfect it and actually become good at it. But um, you will never really be prepared, if we were to put it like that. So you just have to start and learn along the way. But I hope this video gave you some insights. I really hope I could have actually shown you the campaign. I don't have access to the account anymore because me and this client don't work anymore. So yeah, that's the whole process. Now, since I showed you all of this value, I think it's only fair I kind of say what I do. So if you're running an e-com brand, need help with running ads or just a bit of advice, you can book a call with the link in the description. None of that salesy bullshit where I try to put you on some offer within the first 10 minutes of the call. I'm just genuinely interested whether I can help you, see whether I can help you, see what you are doing, what level you're at, and how we can maybe figure out a partnership or how I can give you some advice on what to run. Again, none of that salesy type of call, purely value, seeing whether we can help one another out. But yeah, if you're interested in that, you can book a call with the link in the description. And yeah, without further ado, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.